Welcome to Mr. R's art class. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thumbs, subs, and ring that bell. So for this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your class notebook for elements of art and principles of design definitions so that you have access to them inside Microsoft Teams. So you're going to have the definitions there in Microsoft Teams, but you're also going to have some drawn out examples of line there as well. So we're going to go inside Teams and make sure that you're in the period for Teams. So if you're in period 2, make sure you click on period 2. If you're on period 3, click on period 3. So just make sure that you're clicking on the team period that you have my class. Okay. And you're going to go over here and click on the general channel. Make sure in the general channel on the left hand side, go on top to where it says class notebook. Class notebook. Might take a few seconds here to load. Then on the left hand side of that notebook that loads, you're going to have a navigation panel. Once you click on this button here, it's going to go ahead and expand. So if you click on the arrow, that greater than or less than symbol, you click on it, you'll have a navigation panel on the left hand side that pops out, and we have different tabs here created for you. If you click back in the notebook, it'll collapse, but in order to bring it back up again, all you have to do is left click on the navigation panel button, and then you'll have these different tabs here that I created for you. So some of them might say directions, terminology, quick writes, principles of design, and elements of art. So it's going to have those tabs there on the left hand side, and then at the bottom of those tabs that are already there, you're not going to click on those, okay? At the bottom of those tabs that are already there, you're going to see your name, okay? So pretend this is your name here, and you would click on your name, and then those tabs will be down below under your name, okay? So again, right when you click on the left hand side, or right when you look on the left hand side here, you're going to see these tabs, right, that might look similar to mine. You don't want to click those first tabs that you see on the left hand side. You want to look below that. It's going to say your name. You would click on your name, and then those same tabs would be there below your name. You would only click on the tabs below your name and not on the tabs on top. So that the tabs below your name would be pretty much the same as they are above your name, but the tabs above your name are the ones that I might edit, and it will give you the information on your page. Okay, so make sure you're clicking on the tabs that are below your name. So you want to go ahead and click on the element of art tab that is below your name. Okay, in this example, I'm going to click on this one, but make sure you're clicking on the elements of art tab that is below your name when you clicked on it. So when you click on the elements of art tab, it's going to say untitled page. So it says untitled page because this page here is untitled. So anything above this line would be the title. Anything that we type in here in this section here would appear here on this page. So we could, again, click on this white space and everything's going to collapse, right? So everything's still there. If we click on this arrow on the left hand side, everything would be there. Okay, so we want to make sure that when we're in this space, we know where we're at. We know which tab we're in. Okay, so we want to make sure that we give this the same title that we did for the tabs. So elements of art. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and expand it here so I could show that it no longer says untitled page there. Okay, so this says elements of art, this says elements of art, and this is elements of art. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you know where you're at when you're writing here. Okay, so when I give you an element of art, again, an example of an element of art would be line, color, shape, texture, value, or space. I'm going to give you a question. Okay, so the first question would be, what is the definition of line? And so I would like you to actually write out the question, because if you only wrote the answers here in your class notebook, you won't know what the questions are to those answers. Okay, so you'll just have a whole page full of answers without the questions there. So whenever I give you a question, so let's go ahead and write that question down. So what is the definition of line? Okay, let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so you're able to see it. So I'll highlight it, drag my mouse on top of the text. I could change the font size here, or I could go up here. What is the definition of line? And then I also want you to write down your response. You can write the word response above it so that you know that that is the answer to that question that is just below. Okay, so again, this will be a writing prompt, so you could start your sentence out this way. I'm just helping you out create a full, complete sentence. Definition for line is, and then I'll give you the definition for line. So the definition for line has two definitions, and you would write those definitions here after these three dots, right? So the definition for line is a continuous line from point A to B, and you would write that here in this section. So let's go ahead and write those definitions down. So I'll give you those definitions here in a video, okay, which might look like this. So what is the definition of line? The definition for line is, and you would write this down inside of your class notebook in Teams. Okay, so then after that, I'll give you the definition. Okay, so here are the two definitions here that you would write inside of your class notebook. So the definition for line is a continuous mark from point A to B. Then the second definition for line is horizontal, vertical, diagonal, thick or thin. Okay, so then after that definition there, we have some tools on top of the class notebook. Okay, so this is something that we've done before in Microsoft Word, but it also gives us some of these tools inside of class notebook in Teams. So we could click on that. And again, the tools are a little bit limited here. That's why we don't do all the drawings here in class notebook, but they are available, and they do have some similar tools. They're just pretty limited as to what we could do. So again, the definition that we're writing down here and that I'm giving you is for line. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and give you some examples of what line looks like, and you would draw some of those examples here inside of the class notebook. So some of the examples would look like this. Okay, and then you would go ahead and draw a few of these lines, about 3 of these lines here inside of the class notebook, just under your definition here. So you would go ahead and grab the draw tool, go ahead and make sure that you have the pencil selected, and then just under your definition, so you could have a wavy line, right? You have a swirly line, or you could have a zigzag line, right? So there's other examples of lines there that I'll give you. And so yeah, again, just under that definition there, you want to make sure that you draw 3 examples. You don't have to label them there. And so we will continue another definition here under this line here. You can go ahead and click on home and then click back under wherever your illustrations were to continue the next definition, right? So maybe the next element of art would be shape. So you would write down question. What is the definition of shape? Right, so this would be the next definition, and then you would write your response. So the definition for shape is, and then I'll give you the definition. So similar to this, each day I'll try to give you a definition for an element of art or principle of design. Right, so in order to make this as big as that, I believe I gave it about 24 size. Okay, so if you have any questions of how to set up your notebook for elements of art or principles of design and where to locate that inside of Teams, go ahead and let me know. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And feel free to watch any of the other related videos.